Welcome back to Knowledge Explained, where we dive deep into fascinating topics and break them down for you. Today, we're tackling a crucial subject that impacts our everyday lives: logical fallacies. Understanding these fallacies can help us think more clearly, make better decisions, and avoid being misled. So, let's jump right in. First, what exactly are logical fallacies? Simply put, logical fallacies are errors in reasoning. They might seem convincing at first glance, but they fail to hold up under scrutiny. There are many types of logical fallacies, but today, we'll focus on some of the most common ones. Let's start with the slippery slope fallacy. This occurs when someone argues that a relatively small first step will inevitably lead to a chain of related events resulting in a significant, usually negative, effect. For example, saying, if we allow students to redo their exams, soon they will expect to retake every test and, eventually, they'll demand to change their grades whenever they want. So, we should not allow any retakes. This argument assumes that one policy change will lead to a series of extreme and uncontrollable consequences without providing evidence for such a progression. Next, we have the straw man fallacy. This happens when someone misrepresents their opponent's argument to make it easier to attack. Imagine someone says, "We should have stricter gun control laws to reduce violence." The opponent responds with, "They want to take away our right to self-defense." The opponent is not addressing the original argument, but rather attacking a distorted version of it. Another common fallacy is ad hominem, where the argument attacks the person rather than addressing the actual issue. An example would be saying, "You can't trust John's argument on climate change because he's not a scientist." Instead of on discrediting addressing John's points, this fallacy focuses John himself. The false dilemma fallacy, also known as a false dichotomy, occurs when an argument presents two options as the only possibilities when, in fact, there are other alternatives. Consider this example: you're either with us or you're against us. This argument ignores the possibility of neutral or alternative positions. Logical fallacies can sneak into our arguments and discussions without us even realizing it. By being aware of these common fallacies, we can improve our critical thinking skills. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content.